teaching perspective, it's very important that you take your pupils out onto the golf course for a 9-hole or 18-hole playing lesson. It's one thing to be working on their games on the practice ground, but when you go out on the golf course, you'll see things manifesting that may not have manifested on the practice ground itself. Now, with the British weather in the winter, as we are now, going out for 9 holes is 2.5 hours of quite hard work. You've got to get togged up. The pupil might only hit 15 to 20 long shots in the 9 holes. And yes, we can hit a few extra shots, but it's quite a laborious process compared to being indoors. What's really good about this simulator, and it's powered by the GC2 launch monitor with the HMT camera, is you have a tremendously accurate representation of ball flight. And I have 45 golf courses on the simulator, from Carnoustie in St Andrews out to Pebble Beach, and in this case we're on the Blue Monster at Doral. So I thought it would be helpful just to play a couple of holes or a few holes, and the first at the Blue Monster is a par 5. So we can just sort of go through really the pre-shot routine in context and the decision-making process. I had an assistant professional in the early 90s called John Sewell. John didn't hit the ball a very long way, but his ambition was to go on to the European Tour. And he did. He spent a couple of years playing the Pro-Am circuit in the east of England, west and the south of England. He then went on to the Challenge Tour and won 2 events there, and that took him onto the main tour. And his first year on tour, he was in the top 80, which is a tremendous performance. But John gave a lovely phrase to me one day, and to me it's course management in one sentence. And John said, for the good player, there are no such things as bad shots, there are only bad decisions. And it's a brilliant phrase, because we don't know what we're going to get until we've hit it, be it a great strike or an impure strike. But you can hit a great strike on a poor decision and make a mess of it. You can have a mediocre strike on a good decision and make birdie. So decision making is key. And I think as we play a few holes now, and I talk out loud and tell you what's going through my mind. So, it's the first hole. We assume that I've warmed up and I'm going to hit driver. Now, it's a hole that's 514 yards long. It was my 2 very best hits to get home in 2. And the shot that makes birdie on the par 5, it's the 3rd shot's the critical shot. If you miss the green in 2, if you're good with your wedges, you get 4 chances probably on a golf course, or 4 par 5s, you get 4 short to medium wedges to make your birdie. So the marker post is in the middle of the fairway, and you can see there's a fairway bunker on the right hand side. So I walk in and I always aim at the middle of the fairway initially. Now I'm going to go around the circle to my left, and that's how subtle it is. I'm now aiming at the bunker on the right. So in doing that, I'm going to start the ball on the right side of the fairway. It gives me the whole fairway to land the ball in. The worst case scenario is I don't turn the ball over, I leave it in the right semi or the fairway bunker. And on a lot of Florida courses, the bunker's not too penal in the fairway and allow you to play a fairly full shot out. So here we go. Aiming at the marker pole in the middle of the fairway initially, going round the circle, and now trying to coil and shape the ball back with draw. So you can see they've started the ball down the right and hit a draw. The great thing about the GC2 simulator is that I can replay any shots that I've hit. So I'm going to just replay that first tee shot for you. So, as you can see, I got my shape, I got my right to left, the ball did start on the bunker. As it happened, I made quite a quick backswing, but hands and arms in, the ball turned over too much. But at least, although it was an imperfect shot, I chose the nature of the shot. I got the send part right, and I shaped it. And because I had the whole fairway in the semi-rough to land the ball in, I'm okay. And as I said, it's a par 5 anyway, so if I can play a nice second shot now and get myself within a wedge range, I've got a reasonable chance of making birdie. So let's go back to the course setting. I've got 292 yards, and the marker post is just right of the flag. So on the mini-map I can see that the left-hand side of the fairway is the better option. So through my routine, And again, I'm going to play a shot with a bit of draw. Okay, so I paid the price of not getting the shape that I intended. The send part was superb, but I had the whole fairway and the left semi to miss the ball in, and I failed to do it. And that's always annoying. It's like an 8-foot putt, 2 foot short. I never gave it a chance. All I had to do was turn the ball over. The ball would have gone 30 yards further up the hole and would have been at the correct angle off grass coming down the length of the green. Now I'm in sand, the green's set across me, and I've paid a price for a poor shot. So the critical shot, the one that is most likely to make me get a birdie, the third shot, has become more difficult. So I'm in the fairway bunker. I tend to play these as a normal pitch, slightly open stance with a little bit of cut spin. So I've got 90 yards to the flag. So here we go. Square stance, just open the stance a little bit and play a 90-yard pitch. I'm very happy with the shot. And the simulator will tell me how far I am from the hole. Okay, so I'm 20 feet from the hole, 2 putts for a par and walk. So, you can see there, the third shot paid off. I didn't make things easy for myself. I had a mediocre second shot, but happily, because the third shot was well played, I had a very good chance of making birdie. All right, the second hole is 360 yards long off the tees that we're playing, and it's a very mild dogleg from left to right. So I'm going to play a fade shot off the tee. I'm going to tee the ball down a little bit. So simple rule, tee the ball down for fade and tee it up for draw. So it's like the draw spin shot in reverse. I set myself up aiming at the marker pole. Very subtly I go around the circle and the face is going with me. I'm now going to turn the shoulder and hit a slightly left to right fade shot. Okay, so as you can see, start the ball down the left-hand side of the hole and the ball moving nice and quietly from left to right. Now you can see in terms of distance, the first tee shot hit was around 245 yards. That was barely 220, but when you put a cut spin movement onto the shot, you can lose a lot of power, particularly if it's a face fade rather than a path fade. Anyway, I'm in play. I've got 142 yards to the flag. The green is slightly elevated and the flag is the left-hand side. So again, the flag left, it lends itself to a draw spin shot for me, and at 140 yards, for me, that'll be a strong 8 iron. So in this case, I'm going to aim exactly at the flag. I'm going to just walk around the circle an inch. So I'm aiming a little bit right of it, and now I can move the ball from right to left without any great manipulation of the face. Good. Probably a couple of yards short through the air, but I had the right club and I had the right shape, and the ball got just past the flag. Now, because I hit the ball with conviction, the ball did release on the bounce. If I'd underhit that, if I'd been a bit cautious, the ball could have dug its toes in and sucked back down the slope, and then I'm making bogey. But because the shot was played with full strength from right to left, in other words, because I played the shot as I intended, then I got the movement from right to left, and I got up there. So if you play the shot weakly, it's unlikely you're going to go close. At least a brave shot has a chance. Okay, now we're on a par 3. It's a big one. It's 211 yards to the flag, and as you can see, water dominates the hole, and water is not far from the right-hand edge of the green. So for me, I'm going to hit a little 5-wood, and I pitch this around 205 yards, and I'm going to play the shot from right to left. In other words, I'm going to aim at the green, or the right middle of the green. If I leave the ball there, it's okay, but if I get a bit of draw spin, I'm moving the ball from right to left, and I'm moving the ball away from the water. It's one of the big differences between amateur golfers and pro golfers. An amateur golfer aims at the flag and misses it into trouble, and the professional golfer aims at the trouble but misses it towards the flag. So I'm going to aim towards the water more than anything, starting with my square stance. I go a fraction around the circle just to aim a bit right. So as you can see, I actually hit the ball with a bit of mar draw on the line I intended. I didn't quite turn it over. If I had, it would have been close to the flag. As it happens, I'm only 40 feet from the hole, from 211 yards, no disaster. The important thing is I missed the water. Watching this at home, remember, loft is your friend when it comes to draw. Tee the ball up with a lofted club. So if there's water on your right, tee it up with a bit of loft. Water on your left, tee it down with a straight face club.